Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to this week's SNL.
Hello, and how is everybody doing on this Sunday? Stephanie, we can highlight your chat.
There you go.
There you go. And the reason we can is because we have some new producers this week. All right, it's time for Wordle. What do we have seen?
All right.
Can it be seen? Yeah. Oh, come on.
All right, so what can that be?
Scone.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good evening.
You know what? It's starting to get dark earlier,
That it is.
and that's my favorite time.
That's not mine.
Who's playing the music?
It's me, man. I'm with you.
William.
I'm here with you.
Will is rocking. We got our Will the Music Man with us tonight.
What is going on, people?
He's taking Carson's place. Is Pastor Carson in the chat? I'm sure he is.
I'm sure.
I'm sure he
I'm
is.
sure he wouldn't
How
miss
would he
this.
not be?
How would he? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think he'd miss this.
Guys, I have on my Elvis shirt,
Come on.
and I have on my hog hat.
Razorback.
So let me tell you, we are going to talk about Elvis and the Razorbacks on the Soul Session tonight. And our giveaway is going to be some Elvis Presley memorabilia.
Oh, come
Well,
Come on.
I'm not sure. Well, we got the cool sounds, but
That we do.
But we can't highlight
on.
our chat.
No.
That sounds like
it's
a
there.
Pastor Nick thing.
No. It's highlighted.
Okay. I don't believe you. Hey, welcome to the show tonight. We are the most generous show on the internet.
Yeah,
And
we
humble.
are.
Most
And-
generous and humble.
Most generous and humble. That is exactly right. And like I said, we've got some incredible Elvis t-shirts to give away tonight because we try to give away stuff from places that we've been. And a few weeks ago, we were in Memphis, Tennessee, which is the home of Graceland, which is the home of Elvis Presley when he was alive.
The king.
And so we're going to be giving those away. And you know how we give them away. You got to invite somebody who's never been to the show. And they have to go on into the chat, which will not be highlighted tonight. But one of these days, we're going to
It
get
is.
really consistent. Our producers, they've had a rough day.
Yeah.
A rough day.
We can say that.
That's
Sure.
so. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Doing well. Yeah,
I'm
doing
doing
good.
well.
Feel rested after
you?
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
That's good.
How about you?
I'm extremely tired. Amusement parks, Disney and Universal Studios are incredible.
Yeah.
But they're not made for people in their 40s.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not in my 40s, but
You'd be fooling us.
40 and above. I do look young, don't I?
That
you do.
That you do. I was talking with Pastor Tyler in between the 10 and 12 service, and he looked a little tired too, so I asked him how he's doing, and he kind of said something similar. So maybe it's like in your 30s is when that starts.
Well, they did extra.
Yeah.
They had like 2 or 3 extra days.
Yeah, he said on Friday they got home at like 10 p.m., then Lion had a baseball game yesterday, so
Yeah.
they've been running.
Yes, they have been going after it, as I'm sure you guys have as well, because it's that time of year. It's the fall time of the year. Basketball started, football started, Dolphins. We won't talk about them.
Well,
Actually, we will.
yeah, we will.
But you had the Dolphins fiasco happen
Yeah.
this week. We started off 1-0.
It was a good.
That's how we started.
That first week was awesome.
Well, it really wasn't even a full week.
I wouldn't say that first week was awesome either.
Yeah, we just barely won.
Exactly.
But we did win, and not so lucky on Monday night. But was it Monday night or Thursday night?
Thursday
Thursday.
nights.
Thursday night football.
We got to get rid of those, by the way.
I've always heard.
Thursday night games are terrible.
And I'm not a football person, so we could get rid of all of them. But,
Yeah, they mess with church.
that's all right. They're the only professional sport that really messes up the weekend.
Yeah.
People's are distracted. But anyways, lots of great things happening. I am glad you were here. Our goal is to partner with you. If you got a question, put it in the chat. I see a question. Where is Carson Luke Gramling?
No, he's there somewhere.
Show yourself.
He's in the chat, hanging out with his wife, having a romantic evening.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
So
Come on.
well deserved, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyways, having a child in just a couple of months.
Yeah,
Who's his first? Yours, his, or Bailey's?
mine.
Yours.
Yeah.
And then his.
And then Bailey.
And then Bailey's. So a lot of folks on staff having babies. And which is a good thing. You know, you got to grow the church, reach people one way or another.
Job security. If I bring kids
Team trying to
into
grow
the
the
next
next
generation ministries.
Yeah, Will,
What's up?
when are you going to jump in on that?
Let's have some conversations off camera.
But anyways, we are glad you guys are here. Thanks for coming out. Don't forget, we've got some incredible t-shirts that we're going to give away. And in Soul Session, we're going to be talking. I got some pictures I'm going to show you. I'm going to share with you. Well, we'll talk about it then. So you're going to have to stay tuned. Don't forget to invite somebody. And the book is out.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Yes, it is. Come on. You're an author.
And I'm not just an author. I'm a best-selling author.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Come on. There should be more noise in this room about that. Come
Well,
on.
there would be more noise in the room if we had more of you people in the room.
Derek, Iris.
Where are y'all?
Yes, I don't think Tyler's the only one tired.
No, Pastor Danny used to come to these too.
Yes, Pastor Danny used to come. Pastor Iris used to come. The Gabby used to come. Esther used to come. Jose used to come.
Jose.
Hey, you know what? I could
yeah,
I could feel bad about the show, actually. But anyways, I don't. Because we are the most generous and humble show on the internet.
Come on.
I'm glad you're here. If you got some questions, put them in the comments, because that's our goal, is to build community. It's for you to reach your potential. That's what the book is about. We reached 100 reviews. How many do we have right now?
Come on.
104?
Let's go.
104 reviews.
104.
104 reviews. Come on.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Come on.
You can't be tired in today's show.
Take the sound effects away from me.
Oh no, man. We're just getting started.
Give them to Ross.
That's who you want to get into?
Anyways, we got 104 reviews. Thank you guys so much for being a part of that. And it is time to see what all the talk about is on the internet with T and Pastor T. All right. So what do we got right off the jump? Go.
Right off the jump. So something serious happened today. Another attempt assassination on Trump.
Come on.
Wow.
Teflon Don.
While he was playing golf.
Wow. Trump's safe after gunshots in his vicinity at the golf course. FBI investigating apparent assassination attempt. This is NBC News. One person is in custody after shots were fired near the former President Donald Trump. An AR-style rifle was recovered near his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. One person in custody after shots were fired on Sunday. And what? Well, I will say this: had he been at church, that wouldn't happen.
Amen.
And what the FBI is calling an apparent second attempted assassination. That's quite sad. You know,
Yeah.
in my lifetime, I can only think of one and that was Reagan. And of course, he was hit by the bullet, but he survived. It says the rifle. Trump campaign spokesman said in a statement that Trump was safe after the incident at a news conference in West Palm Beach County. Can you move it up a little bit? Yeah. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told reporters the Secret Service agents spotted the suspect, who they said had a rifle with a scope in the bushes outside the golf course. I just don't understand how that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a rifle's not a small thing.
No, not at all.
Especially with a scope.
Yeah.
And he's hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just amazing to me. 2 backpacks, a GoPro camera were found against the fence by the rifle. Wow. So, I mean, I guess he was not only going to make the attempt, but he videoed it as well.
I guess he was going to record it as well.
Wow. Scary in that sense and I think the media and, of course, the enemy has a lot to do with that. We live in a world that's very angry. And I think one of the great opportunities that we have as Christ followers is to show a sense of compassion and
Empathy?
Empathy?
Empathy. Thank you. I am
Here for you.
My mind is slow tonight. And empathy for those who disagree with us,
Yeah.
right? And we are all human beings, and we're on a journey. And the great thing about it is if we can listen to one another and hear one another, we can truly make progress. And that's my prayer. Because sometimes even as Christians, we become so passionate about what we're proclaiming that we don't give folks with questions and doubt an opportunity to share those. And you really can't make progress if you don't hear what those who disagree with you are actually saying. You know, we're all really good at building straw men and then taking down the straw men. In other words, or take down ideas that nobody really has, as opposed to dealing with real doubts and questions that people have about Christianity, of course, but from my perspective, but also when it comes to politics and presidential candidates, and then the media loves to stir it because that's, like again, NBC, how many hits do you think they got as a result of this event taking place?
Yeah.
So, of course, the tendency is to play up the areas of disagreement so that it gets more clicks, and more clicks mean more dollars, and sometimes we play right into their hand. But the Bible tells us that we're to pray for our leaders, and the ones we agree with and the ones we don't agree with. And at the end of the day, the Bible says that the leader is in God's hand like a stream, and that God is ultimately in control. Everybody has the freedom to make their own decisions, but where it all ends up, in other words, I don't believe that God is determining the decisions that our present-day president makes, or a president in the future or in the past, but God does engage in determining ultimate outcomes. If you think about it, it's like God has ways of even motivating us to do what he desires, as he did with Jonah and a big fish, but the Bible says that we need to pray for peace. And I think that's something that is important. And I heard a pastor one time say that we'll never have peace in the world until we have peace in our own lives. And so many times it's, you talk about mental illness and you talk about anger, and so much of that is in us. And until we deal with that and learn how to effectively deal with that and be honest about it, a lot of times as Christians, we proclaim things that we don't really experience, and as a result, then the world doesn't believe what we have to say. And so we want to create a place where we can have honest questions and doubt so that we can get to the truth and discover how it can impact our lives. What else you have for us?
All right. Like you mentioned earlier, an incident happened with the Miami Dolphins this week. And not only did they lose,
Moment of silence.
but they lost bad.
They lost badly, and
Yeah.
Tua got hurt after the big money.
Yeah.
And that was
after they just re-signed him.
Yeah, and that was a lot of the questions, is he's got a history, I think, of being hurt, and maybe even a history of concussions.
So here's if you haven't seen, here's a small video. I mean, it's a long video, but I'll just play a small part of what took place.
Slide.
Yeah. And that's kind of the debate that people are having, is that, right, he should have slid. He shouldn't have gone head first. But a majority of the time that he kind of does go for a run, he goes head first, even though knowing he has.
Well, I think it's hard as a competitor to slide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it looks weak. right? I mean, honestly, right? Right? Who gets more pats on the back? The quarterback that slides,
Or the quarterback that ran through somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We're just going to run right through him. And often those quarterbacks get hurt and they don't play as long and they don't make as much money and they don't have maybe as big an impact. But ego and, is a hard thing to overcome.
Yeah,
So
he already made a statement saying that he wasn't going to retire.
okay.
So, no, he's not.
I don't disagree.
And the
with that,
doctors have said he can play?
Right now, it's to be determined.
Okay.
I mean, he's the face of concussion protocol right now within that league.
He hasn't had a concussion in like 2 years. This is the first one in 2 years.
I've got a dent right here in my head.
Oh.
If you were to feel my head, I have a dent in my head where I ran into the wall playing basketball.
Oh, gosh. Roscoe, feel his head real quick.
And I this was a long time ago before concussion protocol was.
You jumped right into the game once again. Shined a flashlight in your face. Oh, he's good.
Yes.
Put him back out there.
Well, and then another time I was playing baseball and I got hit in the helmet by the pitcher and it knocked me out. And I was out there on first base playing off and I just started going like this. So I got to assume that I've had at least
a couple.
2,
Yeah.
And those are just 2 that I know of, because I have dents in my head. But anyways, that was early on. Maybe that's why I am the way that I am. Maybe I can I sue somebody?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, people sue anyone nowadays.
How about you guys? Who in the chat has experienced a head injury? A concussion
A concussion.
of some in some ways. It is sad those who continued, I guess, to get them either in boxing or in football, and it impacts their ability to make decisions and all those kind of things. But so we wish the best for him, and I hope that he stays healthy. And I would imagine, you think he'll slide the next time?
I hope.
No,
I hope.
he won't.
You don't think he will?
I don't think he will.
You think it's just in him to get that one more yard?
He didn't make a bad. I don't think personally he didn't make a bad play. Right? He saw the opening. It was there to get the first down. It's just slide, man. That's all you had to do.
I think there's a part of him because he's been called injury prone so much that he just wants to prove the fact that I can do this. Like you paid me the money, so I'm worth the money.
Yeah. I think so. I think ego is. We all have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when somebody tells you need to take a rest. It depends on how you're wired. Somebody tells me, "Hey, you need to take a break." I'm like, "No way, baby.
There's no chance I'm taking a break."
I'm not taking a break. And I like the fact that you think I need to take a break. So
you think I'm working hard?
Yeah, so I'm gonna work a little harder.
Yeah, that's good. That's funny.
I don't know if that's a positive thing, but I think it just depends on maybe the way you're wired and maybe how much of an ego you have,
Yeah, absolutely.
back from even playing sports and that kind of thing. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in Soul Session, all right? You have anything else for us?
I do. I have one more, a little more lighthearted. Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
We got assassination attempt and concussion.
I knew I had to find
Impossible
something relatively funny or just odd, weird. So
A bear breaks into a California cabin and steals jelly from the fridge. And I guess you got the video.
yeah, here it is. I don't think there's any. It was security footage, so I don't think there's any. Oh, never mind. I heard something. It starts panning here in a sec.
Can you blow it up full
Yeah,
screen?
I got you.
There we go.
All right, come
I hear his heartbeat.
on. Okay, there you go.
Pan.
All right, opened up the fridge already.
Are you sure there's a bear there?
Yeah. You'll see him in a sec.
It's a nice cabin.
There he is. Hey,
Hey, bear.
Just chugging down some jelly.
That's so good.
Oh, he's got a tag on his ear.
He looks high on sugar. He looks like that drunk,
Imagine someone in one of the bedrooms just walks out, bear in your fridge, taking some of the jelly.
This is California, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever seen a bear?
In person? Yeah. in the Carolinas.
Not where, like close.
Probably around like 50 yards away. It was on a trail, on a walking trail. It was actually 2 black bears that popped up like in the distance behind like a bush. And then me and my family were like, all right, it's time to turn around.
Amen.
Oh, man. We walked out on the porch one time at Gatlinburg, and I saw a bear in the front yard.
Black or brown?
Big.
Okay.
And then to get out of where we were staying, you know how they all have those cabins in Gatlinburg? You had to get out of the car and open up the gate. Oh. And it was in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch dark.
Yeah.
You know, Steph got us a cabin that nobody could ever find.
So if y'all got mauled by this bear, no one would know.
We'd still be there. Yeah. He would still be there.
That's funny.
Pastor Matt says he's gotten stitches in the back of his head. Did you run into something, get hit by something? Oh, you know what? I remember another time, I got 2 brothers, and we were playing baseball, and my brother was swinging the bat. Getting ready, and I walked right into it.
Oh, no.
Goodness. That's probably the worst of them all.
Man, I'm a walking concussion.
Yeah. Accident prone.
Wow.
Did you just call him Tua?
Wow. So now if I forget something,
You know why?
I can say, hey, concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Concussion protocol.
Pastoral percussion.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So what'd you do, Pastor Matt? I don't know. Maybe you said earlier in the chat. How did you get stitches in the back of your head? Have you ever bit through your lip or your tongue? I did that one. I got a scar right here. I hit something in my chin.
Another book about that. All the things that you.
Yes. I'm. If you go after it, I'm like Teo. What? Tua. In my mind, I keep thinking of that song. Tao. What is that song? Teo. Oh, Teo.
Oh, from
Is it? How's it go?
Sing it, Courtney.
But anyways, that's what's always in my mind. Someone hit me in the back of the head with a bottle after a youth meeting.
Glass bottle, metal bottle.
That was not potential church.
Definitely not.
Oh, man.
That was not potential church. Love Roby has definitely bit through their lip. But nothing hurts worse. That hurts, but not real. What really hurts is if you bite your tongue.
Yeah.
And that hurts for a long time. Every
That
time you eat
does.
something salty or anything like that. BTC, I have a scar on my lip from my teeth being cut into my lip. Ooh. Yes, that's exactly what I did. I hit a post. And
Ouch.
when I did, I just
Bit on your lip.
bit through my lip. Yeah. I was just a little kid. I also have a dent. This is how stupid I am. I have a in my leg,
full of yourself,
on my thigh, the front of my thigh. I have a dent in that muscle. From when I was like in 6th grade, we went to the drive-in. Now I know. Do we still have the drive-in at the flea market here in South Florida?
No.
Did it
not
close?
anymore. Yeah.
At the swap shop, it's gone.
I didn't know that. But anyways,
Sad times.
in Arkansas, we had a drive-in, and I thought, I wonder what's on the back side of that drive-in. The big screen.
Yeah.
So I took off running as fast as I could. And what I did, I never discovered what was on the backside, but there was a bar right across that hit my leg. And it hit it so
gosh.
hard that to this day,
You have
we're
a
talking
dent.
50 years later. Well, 45 years later.
You
I
gotta
thought it was
give
50, but
yourself-
I've had a concussion.
Yeah.
So I still have a dent in my leg.
Wow.
That's how fast I run.
Yeah. You are like Tua.
I'm an injured reserve pastor, except for I continue to play.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
They don't
And
make 'em tougher.
no one's telling you to retire.
No, yeah. Mike, I signed a contract 24 years ago, and it's the same contract. It's time for a renegotiation, I think. Suzanne, Mario Levin pushed me down on the jungle gym in 2nd grade. And they glued the back of my head.
I love how
together.
she,
by name.
I love how she still remembers him.
Yes, Suzanne, it seems that you may Still be angry about that. They glued her head back together, so I can understand why.
Why, yeah.
Why you would
That
remember that for sure if Mario is watching. I have a dent. Courtney has a dent in your forehead?
I believe that.
Wait,
Wow.
what?
What'd you run into?
I was younger and I was trying to play with a toy car, and it got in between the TV stand and the big shelf, so I crawled in the corner of the TV stand.
Oh, the corner of the TV stand.
Come show the camera.
That hurts just thinking about it.
Show the camera.
Oh, Dallas says she has a sixth toe.
Is that true? I need a picture of that.
The chat. We are building community now.
Come on.
Talking about feet. Basically, OnlyFans.
Oh, that hurt. Suzanne says her teacher passed out from the blood.
Oh.
Wow. I've broken my nose twice.
All right, this is just we're one-upping here. Who's been the most injured in the chat?
BTC, I split my head open in 5th grade.
Oh.
Up at the playground after school. Shouldn't have been out there after school.
Yeah.
BTC. That's the problem.
Yep.
Should have been doing homework.
That's right. Should have been at,
Good
what do you call it
student.
when you get in trouble and you have to stay after school?
Detention?
Detention. Ross, broken thumb, hairline fracture. You know what a hairline fracture is?
Here we go.
It's not a real thing. Have you ever heard somebody say, I almost broke my leg?
Yeah.
You either did or you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. When people talk about having a hairline fracture, I'm like, oh, so you have a fracture. Oh, you broke your leg or you broke your arm. Yeah, I agree. If
Yeah.
it's a clean break, you broke it.
Jackson said he broke his ankle at a volleyball game.
Oh.
Wow. That's a shame. That's an ankle, a bad ankle.
Yeah. Some weak ankles.
Stitches in my head and my forearm, Xavier. Still scar on my forehead. Cutting myself, changing. What is it? What were you changing?
PC, power supply on PC.
Dangerous word.
Changing out something of a computer.
Oh, PC, you see? A broke leg, clean. Wow.
Oh.
In the middle of those playgrounds are rough places, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are.
Wow, it's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Maybe we need to get rid of ours here. Oh, me. Hey, you know what?
What?
We've never lost.
That we haven't.
And it is time for us to play, what is it? Wibble?
Wordle.
Wordle. I'm going to start with the W. I'm going to start with the W.
One day
from
we'll
the
get it
chat a 5-letter word.
Yeah.
Come on.
I got it in 5 today.
Injury. How many letters are in injury?
I think 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Inj. Wound. Scar. All right. SCAR.
But that's 4.
How about wound? Oh, that's a lot.
That's good.
We need
I support that.
Wound is 5.
wound is 5. All right. Come on, Troy.
All right. Come on.
Come on. You got one
Worst
letter.
start ever. Oh my gosh.
All right. So we got a U.
We got a U. What do you guys got in the chat for us?
No W, no O, no N, and no D.
We got peace. Maria says peace.
That's no you.
No, it's got a U in it, right?
Super.
Super duper.
Super may work.
SUPER.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're going somewhere.
So
We're
the
getting
R
somewhere.
is there. You know, in Arkansas, dinner is supper. And when I first moved here, I would say, "Hey, we're going to go home for supper," and they'd say, "What?" They didn't know what I was talking about. In Arkansas, dinner is lunch.
Oh, really?
Dinner is lunch. You say, "Hey, I'm going to go. I'm going to go eat dinner." You want to go eat dinner? It meant lunch.
And then supper is
What time?
dinner.
No.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Giselle has never been to Arkansas. She's never been to Arkansas.
You're wrong.
She's never been there, but she's
man.
telling me I'm wrong. All right, so we got a U and an E, and the R is in the right place.
Yeah. No S, P, W, O, N, or D.
So,
Dinner's at 12 and supper's at 5.
yeah, see,
is what
Alicia knows.
said.
She's
Yeah.
an Arkansan. Right here, the
Utter.
Razorbacks.
Utter is what Pastor Matt said, but it won't work because the E is in the wrong spot.
Good job catching that.
Well, the E can be, it can't be. It's not there.
Yeah.
So it's not ER. The
It's a
word
good
is,
guess.
but the
but
word
it
does
just-
not.
It's not a real word.
I mean, I don't
Courtney.
know if it's a good guess. I mean, who thinks of the word
Endure?
utter?
Endure is what Pastor Matt said.
Endure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an E at the end of that?
I have no idea.
Letter word?
Oh, there's no D. No D.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
No D.
Ooh,
You almost wasted it.
I did. I almost did.
Come on, man.
Endure's a good guess. I think Amy's giving him answers.
Hey, you think so?
I don't know. Utter.
Utter's definitely
You
him.
can tell he spent Saturday in North Carolina. Utter.
That is true.
All right.
Okay. Come on, chat.
Mutter?
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 Mutter? It can't be ER, Pastor Matt.
It cannot
can't
be ER. What is a mutter or a mutter?
Mutter?
Like mutter? My mutter? Who's your mutter?
My mutter beat me.
No, the E doesn't go there.
No P.
No P.
No
All right,
P.
come on, chat.
Help us out.
Help us out. Mason, meter.
There's no
we need
ER.
a U.
There's no ER. There's a U and there's an E, but they're not. The first letter is E.
Yeah. You think so?
I don't know. Envelope. Excite. No.
No.
There's no U.
What?
Execute. Execute.
Femur.
Femur. All right.
Femur?
Very nice, Brad.
All right.
Okay.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
The E's right.
So
the
at
U.
least we know where everything's supposed
So
to be.
it's an
So this next guess, we got it.
Heifer. Heifer.
H-E-F.
It can be a heifer, right? You don't spell
Is that
heifer.
how you spell?
It's got a U. Oh.
Not M there.
What is it? A double F?
Because yeah, it's probably a double F.
And is it UR for heifer?
I don't know.
I think it's ER.
I don't know. It go
I feel
utter, heifer.
Oh,
So
man. What a time.
What's the first letter? We know it's not a P. It's not an S. It's not a W.
So we got.
Recur? What is that?
I don't know.
It's a Pastor Danny guess is what that is.
You got your mutter and your recur.
Lemur?
A lemur? That's an
No
animal.
M.
No M.
Recur? Do we want to go with Pastor Danny's?
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
We'll see if Pastor Danny's got it.
He likes to, yeah, he did.
Here we go. Here we go. In the chat, I want you to put a 1 if you think Pastor Danny cheated. I want you to put a 2 if you think he got it on his own.
Come on.
A 1 if you think he cheated. A 2 if he got
If
it
you
on
think
his
you
own.
got it.
Oh, Chris.
Chris Garcia said it too. Oh, man.
One, of course, That's
One.
one
Here
believes
they
in him.
come. One.
No one believes
Even
him.
his wife.
Dallas gave him like 9 ones. Oh, my goodness.
You know, I'm going to have to go with Maddie.
Yeah.
And she thinks he cheated.
That's Pastor too.
Of course, Chris double voted.
Yeah.
And Chris is the one that got a concussion from changing. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, don't forget, we're going to be drawing for, you know what? Let me look in the locker and just entice folks.
Okay. All right, let's show them.
Well, we will.
Show them what we got. Somewhere in there.
These, and you're going to get to choose 2 of the 4.
Oh, wow. Of
You
the
can't
4.
have all 4. But
Because
you
the
can
other
choose.
two, me and Will will get.
Amen.
All right, so you have the picture of young Elvis.
Oh.
And I will tell you, this
XL.
guy,
That's Will's size.
the guy next to him is Lansky, and that's where Elvis shopped for his clothes.
Oh, okay.
It's found in the Peabody Hotel till this day. The same with this one, because they're the ones, that's where I bought these shirts, all right? The Lansky brothers is a young Elvis. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. Ooh. His birthday, this is his birthday celebration. You know when his birthday is?
I do not.
It's January the 8th.
Oh.
They have a big party at Graceland in Memphis because he's a big, he's a big moneymaker for Memphis, even today.
Wow. Come on.
This is Sun Records,
I like
established
that
in
one.
1952, and it's got all the records on the back that Elvis made. Blue Moon of Kentucky, Lonely Weekends by Charlie Rich, Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis.
Come on.
Folsom Prison Blues, you know who sang that?
Nope.
Come on.
Are you going to tell us?
Folsom, who in the chat knows who sang Folsom Prison? Don't Google it, Pastor Danny.
Sing it a little bit so we can know.
How about this one? Blue suede shoes. Can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. No, Elvis sang it, but he's not the one originally did it at Sun Records. A whole lot of shaking going on.
Susan said Johnny Cash.
Yes, he did Folsom Prison. Very good, Alicia and Suzanne. What about a whole lot of shaking going on? Everybody should get that one.
We should.
We should.
Come on.
We should.
Will, don't you know music?
It's debatable.
Worship music is his thing.
He's
He's too spiritual.
He only
Listen to that that worldly stuff.
Okay, how about That's All Right, Mama? That's All Right. This was the original hit of the
Someone
King.
said Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis is the one that's saying a whole lot of shaking going on. That is correct. That's All
That
Right,
was
Mama
good.
was Elvis's first hit. And how about I Walk the Line? You know, that's a very famous song. You know who sang that?
Johnny Cash.
Yes,
Oh, come on.
That was a complete guess.
that is right. The only one we haven't got yet is Blue Suede Shoes. Anybody in the chat?
I got it.
Who-
Carl Perkins.
Was it Carl Perkins? It was.
Carl Perkins.
It was Carl Perkins. So anyways, that's the Sun. And then, do you know what TCB stands for?
Taking care of business.
Come
That
on.
is right. Elvis Presley got necklaces and rings for everybody that was in his group. TCB, that was like the big saying. Hey guys, where are we going? We going to take care of business.
Dang.
I think we should say that here. And you know, a lot of churches say, whatever it takes. I think we say, what we do at Potential. Hey, Will, what we do at Potential.
Taking care of business.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
I need a little more. A little more. Hey, Will, what we do here at Potential Church.
Taking care of business.
Come on now.
Come on.
No, listen.
He was missing something.
This is a Southern saying.
Oh,
This
well,
is-
I don't have any Southern.
He's Haitian.
My parents are from Haiti, man. I don't have to tell you.
It's from South Haiti. I mean, you've heard Alicia talk.
I have.
And you've heard Stephanie talk.
Yeah.
So let me hear your best Southern accent.
Oh, man.
You ready?
Come on.
Get it in your
Give
mind.
it to us.
All right.
Come
you guys
on.
ready in the chat? Here we go. Hey,
Oh, this is
Will.
going to be so terrible.
Hey,
Go
Will.
ahead.
What do we do here at Potential Church?
If I'm thinking like Alicia, taking care of business.
That's awesome.
Come on. Come on.
We need Pastor Stephanie or Alicia here to give us a true Southern accent.
Where's your Southern accent?
You know what? Did we play the video of me?
No, we haven't.
No, I don't think so.
Do you have that video?
I have it.
Do you have it?
You ready?
All right, you can send it to Brother Nick, Pastor Nick there. And I'll let everybody hear a real Southern
Come on.
accent. Pastor Matt got his hands on that and emailed it to everyone.
Oh, can't be trusted.
Oh, he's emailed it to you? That's what he's saying?
Kevin's texted it to me.
Yeah.
Just
then-
Miami changed you, South Florida.
I don't, I guess it did.
Beat it out of
Because
you.
now I sound very educated.
Yeah, you do.
No longer do I have. Let me ask Giselle's here tonight, and you guys in the chat. Maybe you guys know, some of you guys who work here at the church, if you happen to be. And did I bring my Southern accent back with me after spending, 3-4 days there in Arkansas?
No, I don't think so.
No, I still sound educated,
Yep. Absolutely.
wise beyond my years.
Yep. All right.
Let me
hold
set
on.
this up. This is a revival. It's not a great video, but
No.
you can hear it well. It's a revival that I taught as a young preacher at Emmanuel.
With a suit.
With a suit at and a what do you call that kind of hairdo?
A
mullet.
You had a mullet. Oh, come on. We need to bring back the mullet.
Larry's got a mullet.
That he does, but you
Yes.
need to bring back the mullet.
2024, you need to bring it back.
Yeah. It's coming back.
So this is my revival sermon.
About, the Muslims. They almost kind of believe, they think Jesus was a good man. I'm going to tell you, you can think Jesus is a good man, but if Jesus is just a good man, I have no hope for eternity. Jesus is more than a good man. Jesus was the perfect lamb. Jesus is and was God. He died there upon the cross. And if Jesus is not God, then you and I have no hope. There's only one way to get to heaven, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ. You must enter
Come
through
on.
that door.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That is okay. Stop.
You don't want to hear more?
All right, Will.
Get to the end, then. It's the best part.
Oh, okay. Play the end.
Okay.
Giselle says we have to play the end.
From New Age's door or Mormonism's door or any other door except for the door of the Lord Jesus Christ. And if you try to enter, I'm going to tell you the door will be closed.
Come on.
All right, Will. After hearing that great
I don't
example,
even know if I can follow that up.
you got. Come on, you got to find your inner Southerner.
Oh man.
All right, there you go. That's a little.
Oh,
Southern.
man. You got it. It's in there.
That's it. Find your Southern Haitian accent.
Southern Haitian.
I don't think that's a thing, but
All right, hey Will.
yes,
What do we do here at Potential Church?
we are taking care of business.
Oh, come on.
I can't believe that my accent has changed that much.
Yes.
Because normally as an adult, it doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave Stephanie and Alicia a good run for the money.
You did.
Yes. And it's beautiful. Yes, I think it's a beautiful accent. Why are you making fun of it, Will?
I'm not. That is not my intention.
Yeah, I know. I always thought I just didn't have as much because my mom's from Michigan. But listening to myself, I had it.
Yeah, you did. You had it.
But I lost it. I don't know where it went. But anyways, whatever accent you have and from whatever part of the world you are from, we are glad you are here and a part. Don't forget, you get to choose 2 of these t-shirts if we draw your name because you invite somebody who's never been here into the chat to say hello to us. We've got one segment left.
That we do.
Oh, we're ready. Come on. Come on.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Come on.
Session.
Pastor Matt motivated me this week. He came back from his powwow. Those of you who don't know, Pastor Matt has a Native American heritage. And so I was thinking, what have you learned? What have I learned growing up? And so I want to share 3 things real quickly along with a picture. And the first picture I guess I will show is, if you guys have it, is the picture of my father. All right. This is my dad. This is towards the end of his life when he had lost a lot of weight and he had lost most of his tongue. He wasn't able to talk because he smoked the majority of his life. He picked it up when he was young. He tried to stop a lot. He was always grumpy when he tried to stop. So, but anyways, the thing I learned from my dad is what we talked about earlier, and that is work ethic. And I remember my dad would always tell us when we played sports that he really didn't talk about missed shots. He talked about aggressiveness. He would always say, you need to be more aggressive. You need to go for the rebound, right? You need to be aggressive on defense. You need to aggressively go to the basket. And so he always taught to be aggressive. And then I remember I helped him. He did everything when I was growing up. He was quite the entrepreneur before it was vogue to be an entrepreneur. But one of the things he did with physical labor was plumbing. And we went to Tulsa, and we were working there one summer, and I was helping him, and we were setting toilets, and you have to put the flange or whatever into the concrete. And my tendency would be to just sit down and do it, because it's down low and everything. And Dad would walk by and he'd say, "That's not the way you do that." He says, he would tell me I needed to stand more like a catcher, able to move, not lazily just flop down and spin. You want to get it, do it right, get it done, and move on. Yeah. The other thing he would always say is when I was really young, I had to go get the tools, go get the 9/16 and whatever. And I would kind of lollygag. I've always been a piddler. You know what I mean? I get up early and I can still be late for something because I'll piddle. But my dad would always say, you need to walk like you're trying to get somewhere. And so those things have always stuck with me. And to be honest, I think they have helped me to succeed. Work ethic is an important thing. It's very, and people notice. Like I notice when somebody lollygags, if they're going to go do something and they, I'm not talking about looking, and ministering to people on the way. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're walking down a hallway and there's nobody to talk to. And yet it takes you 15 minutes to do it. You know what I mean? Because there's no sense of urgency in what you're doing. And he taught me that. He stayed on to me about that. I also notice when somebody's doing something and they're doing it lazily or they're doing it intentionally. And so I think that not only was that one of the things that I learned, but I think that it's important for success, work ethic. And we live in a day where we tend to expect a lot without giving a lot, without sacrificing. I remember listening to a guy really complain because he had just graduated college and his job didn't pay him enough to buy the new Corvette. And it's like, well, you just graduated, and I understand school cost a lot, but there's a process, there's a work ethic, and there's a perseverance that's involved in success. And, we put on a shirt that everything you're pursuing is on the other side of perseverance. And I think work ethic is a big part of that. Yeah. So that's one of the things I learned growing up from my father. I'm wearing my Razorback shirt where I grew up. I was born in Michigan, but I grew up in Arkansas, and Elvis Presley. And let's put him down next, Brother Presley. All right. So we got a young picture of Elvis. I'm not sure what movie that is. He did like 50-something movies in just those few years. But, he used black shoe polish on his hair.
Really?
Yeah, his hair was blonde. There's a picture of him in Graceland with blonde hair.
So he dyed his eyebrows as well?
He died. I don't know what he did with his eyebrows. I've not read. He put, what do you call it?
Eyeliner?
Eyeliner. He used eyeliner. Yeah, oh, okay. He did eyeliner. He got made fun of in school because he wore the flashy clothes and all those things. Actually, this Lansky's T-shirt, when he was a young man, he would go by and look in the windows. Mm-hmm. And one day, Lansky, who owned it, Mr. Lansky, invited him in. And Elvis, told him, he said, one day I'm going to have enough to buy you, buy you out. And Mr. Lansky told him, well, don't buy me out, just buy from me. Yeah. And he had and he actually gave him some credit to purchase some clothes that day, even though this was a long time before Elvis ever became a star.
Oh, wow.
But I remember when he died. I was probably in 5th grade, something like that. And I remember my mom came out. We would always play outside. We'd play wiffle ball and baseball. And I remember my mom came out, and we were sitting on the porch, and she said, Elvis died. And Elvis was like an icon, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, he was as much of a celebrity as anybody could be. Anybody thought about music or rock and roll, they thought about Elvis Presley back in that day. And the idea that somebody that famous could die, you know, somebody that iconic could die, it was just a great reminder that life is short. You know, one of the things that people ask as on my tattoos, a lot of times I have skulls. There's a skull right here. And to me, they're always reminders that life is short.
Yeah.
And what is that Latin phrase? Carpe diem.
Yeah.
You know, take great opportunity of today. Celebrate today. Make the most of today. John Maxwell wrote a book about today. You know, what are you going to do today to enjoy today, to succeed today, you know, towards even the future? And Elvis is a great reminder of that because he died relatively young. His mother died young, and we're not guaranteed tomorrow or beyond that. And so it's like, tell somebody you love them today.
Yeah.
You know, tell somebody thank you today. Write that card today. Make that phone call today. Send an email today, because tomorrow you may just have regret if you don't.
That's good.
And so Elvis reminded me of that. And then the last picture I wanted to show was Jackie and Mary May, who I went to visit. Jack's 83 and Mary's 81. And he was chairman of the deacons of the first church that invited me. Jack took me to Little Rock and bought me a white suit.
Wow.
Years ago. Yes, I was rocking.
Did you wear it after Labor Day?
Did I not look like a preacher with a mullet and a white suit?
That you did.
I had a white vest, white polyester
You should bring
pants.
it back.
I might one day.
Bring it back.
I might have to get a new one. I'm not sure I'll fit into the one he bought me. But anyways, I was, I don't know, in my early 20s when I became pastor. Steph didn't grow up in that kind of environment. And all of a sudden she was a pastor's wife. And what that meant in a Baptist church that was 100 years old. You know, lots of times the preacher's wife would play the piano, you know, and lead the ladies ministry, what was known as the WMU, Women's Missionary Union, I think is what it was called. And Jack has always not been afraid to tell me the truth, but he's also always been willing to support us, no matter, you know, no matter what, as far as, you know, being encouragement. So, you know, he from a different generation, but an incredible friend. And his wife is an amazing lady. She's been in that wheelchair as long as I've known her. And I never really knew, for those of you who have are either in a wheelchair or some kind of disability like that, or know somebody who it is, even though I spent tons of time with them, we went to the Southern Baptist Convention, you know, and it was in, where was it at? New Orleans. And we traveled with them. And it wasn't really till we took that trip with them and I realized just what a challenge every day was for them.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of hotel room they stayed in, how long it took her to get ready for bed, and how long it took her to get ready to go. You know, I just saw her most days when she was already ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and all the effort that she put forth to be productive, and the effort that Jack put forth. And so, you know, he's been faithful to her for I don't know, 50 something years now.
Yeah.
And her faithful to him, and they continue to serve God. And but to me, he's just a reminder of the difference you can make in somebody's life.
Yeah.
You know, by just believing in them. You know, because we all want somebody to believe in us, and we love it when our parents believe in us. You know, my mom and I had tons of discussions when we were growing up. My dad believed in me, especially as a basketball player. But we all need somebody. And here's the cool thing: we can all be that somebody. We can't make somebody else be that for us, but we can all be that for somebody else. You know, we can believe in them. We can tell them the truth. You know, be honest about. Because nobody is encouraged by somebody who's always telling them they're great when they know they're not.
Yeah.
You know, or telling them they agree when they don't. But we can all be someone who believes in people and stands beside them. Everybody has friends when they're succeeding, but when you make a mistake, when you make a decision that people don't agree with, right? Or you do something that's stupid. And that's when you find out really who believes in you, and who's going to stand with you.
Yeah.
And that's not easy to do, right? When you're friends with somebody that everybody else turns against, and everybody says if you're going to continue to support them, then you must support whatever it is that they did that might have not been good. And you're like, no, they're still a human being created in the image of God, and I'm going to believe in them, and I'm going to support them, and I'm going to love them. It makes a difference. I know it's made a difference. He and his wife have made a huge difference in my life over the years. There's no doubt I wouldn't still not be in ministry had it not been for them. And Steph wouldn't have had the confidence that she's had, especially in the early days, had it not been for Jack and Mary. He's the first person, one year, he put a $100 bill in my hand, and I'd never seen a $100 bill for Christmas. He kind of did that handshake, where he stuck a $100 bill, and I gave it back to him, and then he gave it back to me, and I didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. He told me, he said that if you don't receive it, you're robbing me of the blessing. Wow. And I think that taught, because one of the most difficult things to do sometimes is to receive a gift.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people might take advantage of people, but if you're just the average person, again, our ego gets involved, and it's like, I want to be strong, and I appreciate it, but I don't need that.
Yeah.
And we rob people of their opportunity to be a blessing.
Yeah.
When they want to give something to us. So I just encourage you, if you're out there and somebody wants to take you to dinner, or they want to give you a gift, or whatever it is they want to do, receive it. Don't feel indebted to them, because a gift is not, I've never, some pastors never receive gifts. I think they rob their people, but I think it's important that you don't feel indebted to people who bless you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A gift is a gift. So anyways, those are 3 people from growing up that have impacted my life. And I hope all of us can reflect a little bit on the different people who have made a difference in our life, and let them know if they're still alive.
Yeah.
Tell them thank you. Send them a note, make a phone call, email, text, whatever it is that you do. Send them a flower. Put a $100 bill in their hand, whatever it is. There you go. I'm expecting my children to all give me $100
for all that you've poured into them.
I so deserve it. Anyways, that is this week's Soul Session. And thank you for being here. It is now time. Do we have a winner? Yes. Or do we have a draw to see who's going to win our Elvis memorabilia t-shirts? And we have Courtney with us today.
Come on.
Courtney
All right,
Correa.
Courtney's going to pick our winner.
Show your dent.
I'm not gonna show my dent.
It's right here in her hand.
You can see it from here.
Whatever. West Side invited by Kai.
West Side invited by Kai. You are the
Come
winners.
on.
And if you will let us know, you can email me, Troy at Troy Gramling. I know, but it's important that I put it out.
Yeah. Humble.
Yes.
We're humble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Troy
Always been and always will be.
at TroyGramling.com.
Am I going to get an email? Nick at TroyGramling.com?
You're just a producer.
Okay.
And you can't even put
Never
up the
mind.
chat. Once you put the chat up consistently,
Okay.
we'll get
That's
you
all you need to do?
That's all you need to do.
That's
to
all
get
I
an
got
email.
to do? All right.
I'm working on that.
I'll hit up Giuseppe again.
No, if your name is Ross, you got to write a review.
Yeah, there you go.
Not, sir.
Did you write it or your mom write it?
I wrote it with her.
He wrote it with her.
All right. We will give out the t-shirts. I am so glad you decided to tune in today. I hope you have an incredible week. Make a difference in somebody's life this week. We'll see you next time. God bless.
you know your skin barrier is more receptive to